minute.
You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up.
Right? Zero. Good for you. No sugar. We say it's no sugar in it, but it's sweet tea. It's time to rise and shine, people, in Montgomery, Alabama. It's another day above ground, and the ground is not above you. Good morning, Dr. Joe. It's tough doing this job some days. It really is. It's tough. I'm going to handle it. Not a problem. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Believe it or not, it is the 7th day of July, 2026. And as you rise this morning, let's see what the old weatherman has to tell us. Right now, it is 78 degrees outside, believe it or not. 75 degrees outside if you want to know. But today, let me see now. The weatherman says that today it's going to be sun and clouds mixed, a stray shower or two, thunderstorms possible. High around 95 degrees today, winds west-southwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. On tonight, a 24% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy, a stray shower or two. Thunderstorm is possible, low around 74 degrees. And on tomorrow, a 9% chance of precipitation. Mostly sunny skies, high near 95 degrees, winds west at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So today, we got a 19% chance of rain. That's not too bad though. Pollen is moderate, air quality is good, and UV index is extreme. That means the sun's going to be out. And every time the sun comes out, it throws out those UV rays. Yeah. That a lot of people wish they were black. Now, see, it don't affect us that much. I'm just saying. So good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. And of course, it is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll, hopefully something that'll help your day or help you feeling better about what's going on. And you have to remember that the first bad thing happened today. Somebody says, well, I'm not going to listen to your show anymore because you let somebody call us the monkeys and stuff like that. Now, I don't ever remember anybody calling anybody a monkey on this show. That'll get you banned. Okay, personal attack will get you banned. Okay, that's the only thing I banned people for. Other than that, I don't. It's free speech. You can say what you want to say, but if you go against somebody personally, we don't play that. I will give Donald Jenkins credit for changing my mind on that situation right there. Because why? If you don't like people, don't listen to them. Anyway, next up, it is what does that thing say? Yeah, it's our daily bread, and we'll be back. Uno momento. We'll be back. Don't go no place. I promise we'll be back. When the good Lord says the same, we'll be back. You never can. Don't take it for granted. All right, we'll be back. Hey, Dr. Joe, everybody looks like a good candidate on a piece of paper. That's the nice thing about paper. Everybody looks like they're a good candidate. We'll be back. We can talk about that. We got a couple of people that are pretty good candidates. I ain't gonna lie to you. See, I bring out the best in people. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back.
God promises to care for us, guide us, and never abandon us. Thanks for joining us for today's encouragement from the Our Daily Bread devotional. Today's reading, titled Through the Waters, was written by Win Collier. The movie, The Free State of Jones, tells the U.S. Civil War story of Newton Knight and some Confederate deserters and slaves who aided the Union Army and then resisted slaveholders after the war. Many herald Knight as the hero, but 2 slaves first saved his life after his desertion. They carried him deep into a secluded swampland and tended a leg wound he suffered while fleeing Confederate forces. If they'd abandoned him, he would have died. The people of Judah were wounded and desperate, facing enemies and feeling helpless. Israel had been overtaken by Assyria, and Isaiah prophesied that one day they, Judah, would also be overcome by an enemy, Babylonia. Judah needed a God who would help, who would rescue and not forsake them. Imagine then the surging hope when the people heard God's assurance in Isaiah 43. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Whatever calamity they faced or trouble they would endure, he would be with them. He would pass through the waters with them, leading them to safety. He would walk through the fire with them, helping them through the scorching flames. Throughout Scripture, God promises to be with his people, to care for us, guide us, and never abandon us, whether in life or death. Even when you find yourself in difficult places, God is with you. He'll help you pass through the waters. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Isaiah chapter 43, verses 1 through 7. But now, this is what the Lord says. He who created you, Jacob, he who formed you, Israel, do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. For I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. I give Egypt for your ransom, Cush and Seba in your stead, since you are precious and honored in my sight, and because I love you. I will give people in exchange for you, nations in exchange for your life. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will bring your children from the east and gather you from the west. I will say to the north, give them up, and to the south, do not hold them back. Bring my sons from afar, and my daughters from the ends of the earth, everyone who is called by my name, whom I created for my glory, whom I formed and made. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, you are the great Redeemer and Savior of the world. You delivered Israel from Egypt, and you promised to get us through the difficult trials and circumstances we are facing today, and bring us safely to the other side. Thank you for reminding us that you are always with us in our trials. Help us to trust you and be at peace while we wait to see how you work things out for our good and your glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. We got that. We good. We got to calm down now. Things working out. Good. Good morning. So many things to talk about and so little time.
In the
But that's
quiet
okay.
of the morning,
I can live with that. That's not a problem.
hands raised high in pure
Alrighty
delight,
then. Let me get this out of the
thankful
way, and then we'll
whisper
get on to something
in a
interesting here. Hopefully.
gentle breeze.
Okay, where's my thing? Go here.
Grateful heart with such.
Alrighty then. Good thing right there. Good. Couple of things going on today. It's city council meeting today. I think city council got a lot of things to get on. Remember a couple of weeks ago, I told you that when I was at the city council meeting, Mr. Grimes, who I like him, but they were in such a tizzy about things happening at a club until they wanted to take their license from them, and I just think that's crazy. The state sells alcohol. They sell alcohol to lots of people, and a lot of people do crazy things with that alcohol. They pull out weapons. They DUI. They drive under the influence. They do all kinds of things. And it seemed like to me that if we are going to start blaming people for the actions of their customers, then the state of Alabama should be held accountable for selling alcohol to people who go DUI. Again, what's happening with this whole, and I tell you, I've been complaining about this since I have been here. Some people get the license, some don't. Most of the time, when they get turned down, they'll go to court and they'll get an injunction or whatever that legal terminology is, and they'll get their business license. I mean, they'll get it because the thing, just because you live in a neighborhood and the neighbors don't like it, it's still a legal business. And the hypocrisy of this and of the city council, the hypocrisy of this is this. For years, there was an abortion clinic on Perry Hill Road. For years, not that far from a church. And I'm saying to myself, so it's okay to have an abortion clinic, but it's not okay to have a bar. It's not okay to have and that abortion clinic wasn't that far from the governor's mansion. Okay. So I'm just saying, it's just the hypocrisy of it all. During COVID, I don't drink. I've never have. I don't care anything about it. But if you're going to sell stuff like that, well, during COVID, there are a lot of businesses that lost their business. There are a lot of businesses that had to close down their or modify their service to people. A lot of things happened during COVID that a lot of people had never heard of, but it happened. But let me tell you the one thing that didn't happen. The one thing that didn't happen is ABC stores ran by the state did not close. They sold alcohol to no matter what time of day it was, they sold you alcohol. You could come to the ABC store and get drunk, get some stuff. So evidently, if alcohol was so important that the state of Alabama kept selling it through one of the worst times in America, except the bubonic plague, it would seem like to me, and Lord, there are a lot of us are still thankful that we are still here because the good Lord blessed us to be here, and we didn't die during that time. But a lot of people certainly did. But the one thing we did was we sold alcohol. So what I don't quite understand. So now here's the one thing I would do if I'm with the city council. I think our in Walmart, if somebody got shot at Walmart one time, guess what happened? They didn't close them down. Some people have been shot and injured in a lot of businesses in Montgomery. They don't close them down. Okay, but now I will say one thing. I think whether you're a fishing place, you sell fishing rods, or you sell alcohol, whatever the case may be, I think you have a due diligence to make sure, to the best of your ability, that there's order in the place. So the only recommendation that I would make, even as a city council person, if I am blessed to make it, my only if you sell alcohol, you need two guards. Okay, you need two guards, just not one, but two. If you have two, yeah, it's going to be a little bit more expensive to run the place, but two people, two guards roving the area is a lot better than one, because people ostensibly will do crazy things if you give them alcohol. Okay, that's why they drank the alcohol. They drank the alcohol because it puts them in a different place. Now, I've never had alcohol, but I've seen people who had it and they go in a different place. So if there's any suggestion that I can make to the city council or as a city council person, it would be have two guards, not just one. One's not enough anymore. One's not enough. Have two. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute there, Pastor Knight. Let me put you on my little thing here, because I forgot all about you. Just give me a break here. Let's okay. Let me see if I can get you now. All right, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, you just said something, and I want to just kind of, interject something.
Mm-hmm.
You said if the alcohol store needed to have two guards.
No, if you got a club or something like that, you need two guards.
You said the liquor store.
Right. Well, I said
You said it might be a little bit more expensive to run it, right?
Well, anything that requires manpower, of course, is going to be a little. But the liquor store, I don't think that.
Can we name? Watch this.
I never
name me one place.
Store though. I never heard anybody getting shot at a liquor store.
But no. Just want to put some on your mind.
Okay.
You cannot, if they will ride by and shoot at a courthouse.
Well, now that's true.
That is severely packed with all kinds of law enforcement.
With guns. That's true.
With guns.
Yeah.
What makes you think having one extra security guard at a liquor store would change your heart?
Well, I'm not talking about liquor store though. I'm talking about clubs.
Okay, that's even worse. Even worse.
Right,
courthow.
But you will
show
agree,
you
but you will agree that having two takes the chances down at least by one. That
not at all. Not at all. I work in that field.
Yeah,
I work in that field.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. But
not at all. First of all.
Mm-hmm.
They've consumed alcohol, so logic and reason is all the way out the door.
In their mind, it is.
In reality.
Well, in reality, they are, because they have alcohol, right?
Right. So that won't change. That will not change their mind. If their mind is made up.
No. We're not trying to change the Elkins mind. We're not. I'm telling you.
You're trying to make it safe, right?
Having two guards put you in a better position.
Won't change a thing.
Okay, well, it won't. Right, it won't change, but it will put you in a better position to handle any situation that comes up. It won't stop.
Most clubs have multiple security guards. I have yet to see one club.
Okay.
That has only one security guard.
Okay. Well, then maybe we should just stop selling alcohol.
No, maybe you need to go out there and evaluate the environment before you come out there and say stuff like what you're saying. Like,
well, okay, let me ask you.
Talking about safety.
Do you think that the Montgomery Country Club has ever had a disturbance?
Montgomery Country Club purges their crowd.
No.
Certain ones are coming in.
No. I'm asking you though. Do you think they've ever had a disturbance with somebody drinking alcohol?
Probably so.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, right? The Montgomery Country Club, and that's not a fair example, because they have to have a membership and they know the background of the people that are coming in.
So it's the alcohol combined with stupidity that makes things happen, though. It's not the place sometimes, it's the people.
Yes, it is the place. Yeah, absolutely, it is the place. You know why?
That's full by people. That has people in it.
No, it's all about who you're entertaining. let's just be real for just a second. We're in Montgomery, right?
Yeah.
They got this. All the clubs that have had problems had one thing in common. Guess what that has been?
What's that?
The same cultural crowd.
But
They just go from one spot to the other. So if there was a better purge on who your constituents are, it'll cut down on your problems. It's just as simple as that. The country club is the best example you could have gave. They purge at the gate because they know who's coming in. You got to be a member. Going to one of these clubs, they don't know they don't purge. They don't know these people. That way they know that they go from club to club.
okay, well, you agree. Okay, I hear what you're saying, but listen, if you sell alcohol, whether it's at the Montgomery Country Club, the club downtown, wherever you go,
Applebee's sell alcohol.
right? And I've seen crazy things going on in Applebee's.
Right. Guess what they do?
They put you out.
They cut you. They put you out. But
Exactly.
they don't have. You cannot stop people from fighting if that's what their mind is made
that's
up.
That's why I'm telling you that in a club, if you have a mandatory 2 guards when you serve,
They have that anyway.
I got you, and you ain't never going to stop everybody, but you'll have a better opportunity to stop it if you have 2 there rather than just 1.
Nope. I'm gonna just put it like this.
That
You got
doesn't
a
make
better
sense.
chance
That doesn't make
on
sense what you're saying.
stopping, on curbing it a little bit.
Yeah.
And like I say, I work in that environment. You all in my, on my field.
Yeah.
Change the music, change the dress code, purge your crowd.
Well,
Just that simple.
I've seen people with suits on act stupid with alcohol.
Kevin, trust me.
I mean,
the
I
chances
have.
are very slim.
Okay.
You change the music. We're not playing music where we're throwing up gang signs, and
Mm-hmm.
don't make the ratchet constituents comfortable. Don't play the music that's gonna attract them. Probably raise the drink price a little bit. Put a dress code on. You put that. I've seen it. That dress code does it does a lot of good. You change the music, change the dress code, raise the price a little bit, and actually purge your crowd. Most of our club owners are money hungry. You can come in there and sling a chair, and they don't mind. You can come back the next
I
week.
don't think Listen again, though. Do you?
They don't mind.
Wait a
Kevin.
minute. Do you actually believe that a guy who invests his money in his business, be it a club, chicken place, whatever the case may be, don't mind if people become rebellious and people be?
They surely don't. I'm telling you, they don't.
I cannot believe.
I'm telling. Okay, well, if what I'm saying is wrong,
Yeah, I do.
then why are you having the same exact problem at all of the night spots? Well, the majority of those night. But
Alcohol.
there's no standards. There are no standards. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you honestly think if they go up in the country club, since you name the country club, and they behave in that manner, they'll be back the next week?
Well, probably so.
No, they won't.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I have never.
No, they
I've
won't.
been to a club in 30, 40 years. I don't know.
Then maybe you don't need to be talking about how to make them safe.
I know about behavior. I know about human behavior. Okay, I don't need to go to
I'm telling you.
Walmart. We so crazy now. We fight at Walmart. So you don't gotta go to
we
clubs.
fight. I gave you the courthouse.
Yeah.
That surpasses a Walmart.
Yeah.
The courthouse. Right there where they can lock you up. The courthouse.
And do you believe? Do you believe if they had 10 officers out there in front of that courthouse that anybody would have came back?
It wouldn't have changed the thing.
I think it would. Yeah, if they knew those officers were there, 10 of them, yeah, it would have changed something. They wouldn't have drove by alive.
They knew inside that courthouse was a judge, and they still shot, right?
The judge was inside, not outside.
But hold on. They knew what was inside, right?
But that's inside.
And their minds were still made up they was going to shoot, right?
On the outside.
But they still, have you ever, Kevin, their minds weren't changed, is what I'm getting at.
Oh. I'm still
telling
you that a mandatory 2 guards in a club, any club environment, is still better than 1.
I think that's just, in your words,
In my-
Bravo Sierra.
Okay.
We were talking about a person, and this is coming from a person now that has openly admitted
Yeah.
he hadn't been to a club in umpteen years, right?
Yeah, but I've been to clubs. I mean, when I was younger, I'd go to clubs. Yeah, and they ain't much different than the club environment now as it was in 1972.
The hell they win.
People got cut. Wait a minute. People got cut. Somebody stepped on their shoes. Somebody got shot. I mean, this is nothing new to the club genre.
So you mean to tell me back in 1972, y'all climbing on tables and twerking?
Oh yeah, there was what they called it something else, man. But they said these stupid things. When I was at Bragg or wherever I was at the time, we had still issues with clubs. This ain't nothing new.
So y'all were climbing up on tables and twerking?
I don't know about twerking, you know, but I don't know.
Oh, everything they were doing in 72, you said what they did in 72, they're doing now. So y'all smoking weed in the club?
Yeah, they've been smoking weed in the club forever.
Mm.
Of course. We didn't call it weed. They called it, in Hawaii, it's called Pakalolo. Yeah, they did it over there.
Did you smoke some Pakalolo?
Well, I smelled a lot of it. I never smoked it. I smelled a lot of it. You know, I know what it smells like. Especially that get Colombian stuff. You know, that stuff had a different smell to it.
No, I don't know. I have asthma. I don't smoke that. I don't engage.
I never either.
But I'm gonna say this, and I'm sliding off.
Yes.
It's going to take more than what you were just saying.
It's always going to take more, but a minimum. And again, the minimum should be 2 guards.
They already got that.
Okay.
Before you go out there making suggestions, do me this favor. Yeah. You and all them other candidates, I don't know all 50 of y'all that are running.
Ain't that the truth?
But look into what y'all are saying. Because y'all are looking for political talking points on things.
Wait a minute. I've been talking about this for 30 years.
No, you've been talking about dogs boo-booing in the front yard. That's what you've been talking about.
And I've also been telling them that we need to stop giving some a license and taking away others' license. I've been talking about it and with no.
Yeah, you've been talking about that too.
Wait a minute, with no written SOP. Okay, that's what I've been saying for 30 years, and here lies the problem. Okay, so that's what some get closed, some won't.
If I can make a suggestion to one of the 50 candidates, just the push for the SB 298 bill, that's one.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2,
if we get our own officers, we won't need no help.
Until we get them.
Well, that's true.
SB Bill 298, like I say, I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
The SB Bill 298, we desperately need that.
Well, we certainly we certainly shouldn't turn down any additional help that we can from someplace else. And that's
number 1.
I'm with that.
And it would look good if our city council would, come together and push that if you get, you commit a crime with a gun like what we saw over the weekend, absolutely no bond. Push the DA to do their job.
And as a matter of fact, the court a couple of years ago, they made another law where your bond can be up to $1.5 million.
Yeah, let's start putting that thing into
in effect.
Absolutely. Putting it into action.
Keep them in jail.
Yeah,
keep them in jail. But that's our duty. Hey, appreciate that. That's something that the court system, I guess, but they did raise the bond. If they think that you're a danger to the community or to society, they can give you a bond up to $1.5 million. I don't think I've heard anybody get that. 7 days. Hello.
Morning, Mayor.
Yes, good morning.
Morning, Mayor.
Good morning.
Well, the bail in Montgomery County for years and years was standard bail for a murder was without any mitigating circumstances was $50,000.
I know.
And then you pay.
I couldn't understand.
And then you pay a bail bondsman, on 100, but they finally saw the light after a bunch of people pushed them, and they got over that 50,000. But that's just pocket change for a murder. But the caller was talking about the House bill and getting more police officers, and what you said about getting more police officers, and you always, and maybe when you get on the city council, it'll become a little bit clearer to you.
Mm-hmm.
But the mayor does things to hurt the recruitment of officers. And let me give you an example of this. I talked to 2 officers yesterday, active officers within the department, and they both told me this, and I verified it this morning through another source, that the mayor had the deputy chiefs that wear the stars demoted to majors. They still got to pay them because the personnel board won't go along with that. But they take the stars from them, put them as majors. So guess who can come in and get an office and be right under the chief and keep an eye on him?
Who?
The guy from Mobile, Batiste.
I thought he was already
now
down
has an
there.
office.
I thought he was like the.
No, he was. They had him stuck out somewhere else down there at City Hall, around the corner up the block. But they moved him into his office and they demoted. So now, what do you think that does to morale within the department?
Okay, so let me get this straight. He went back to Mobile, right? He ran for something down there.
Ran for mayor.
Okay.
Ran for mayor.
So he didn't make it. So now he's back in Montgomery?
And they've just moved him into the police department. He has an office in the police department, and they demoted the deputy chiefs who wear the stars to majors. What do you think? Somebody that's worked to get themselves in that position to be a deputy chief, and now you're going to bring in a cat from Mobile that has no history with the department, no working overtime, no.
Yeah. And listen. If what you say is true, and again now, the city council has the power in Montgomery. So do they have something to say about this? Do they not say anything about it?
Well, when you get to one of your sources, and you got sources just like I do, when you get to one of your sources, ask them if this is what happened. Mm-hmm. Because if it is, that is a very, very strategic, crippling.
Yeah, surely don't make one. It surely doesn't make people. If what you say is true, if what they told you is true, it surely doesn't motivate me to want to stay here with an opportunity, with a chance to become to move up in the police department. If we're going to keep bringing people in from all over the country to fill the slots, and I think the mayor has some answering to do here. This is the city council is where the power is, and not the mayor. So it seemed like to me that the city council ought to say something about this.
And that's the reason the officers come out to us, because they don't have anybody to speak up for them. And this is what goes on behind closed doors that people don't understand. Well, why officers won't stay? Why are they leaving? Why can't we recruit like others? Because of crap like this. And it undermines the rank structure, and undermines, because now it creates shuffling and jockling, jockeying all the way down the ranks.
I got to ask the question. So these are not officers who were admonished for doing something crazy, or they didn't go out and do anything stupid. These are not the comments of people who are what do they call somebody when they disagree with the boss, and the boss demotes them, whatever the case may be, what they call that? They're not just pissed off employees.
No, they're whistleblowers, or whatever you want to call them. But they can't mess with their pay, because
right.
the personnel board won't allow that. But what they do is they take away it's like taking away their stripes, taking away they take. Take away what they've worked for that lets the troops know you have achieved this position within the department. You paid your dues, you worked overtime, and now we're going to take it away from you and give it to somebody from Mobile.
Yeah, I know about the guy named Batista or Baptiste, whatever his name is. He went down there, they brought him up here. I think he went back. He went back there to run for whatever he's going to run for. Loses that and comes back and gets a prestigious position when he ain't put in the time that other people have.
Time and grade.
Yeah,
He didn't put in time and grade.
Hell, I wouldn't stay either.
Hey, you think
I mean,
you think anybody's going to be down at City Hall tonight, speaking out, protesting mass numbers for the little 6-year-old girl?
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. And again, we should have been protesting before that happened. Before that happened, the protest should have happened a long time ago. We've been talking about it, but you know what?
Do you think do you think the shooter? Do you think his name's going to become a common name? You know, like Carmelo Anthony. You think his name is going to be spoken a lot over the radio airways and TV stations?
Do we know who did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know how I missed that story. I knew about the.
I think it's an 18-year-old kid that did it.
Because the mayor was on doing a press briefing the other day, and somebody was complaining about he didn't bring her up, or he didn't bring it up long enough, or something like that. I don't know. I was pleased. I was pleased with his words that he put out about it. Mm-hmm.
They were forceful and they were meaningful, and it wasn't bloviating.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he needs to do to send the message that I support the troops. We're going to arrest this person. We're going to do everything we can. And if he'll keep on that instead of this other jargon he used to speak, then he'll do good.
Mm. Well,
have a good day.
All right, we'll see. I heard about that child. And again, unfortunately, it is something that happens way too often, not just in Montgomery, across this nation. This gun culture, this gun culture that we have, you know. Yes, Don.
I think I got it figured. When Knight says one more thing, he slips off, he'll slip off. It means only 10 more minutes of that, whatever he talks about. But you brought up shootings at Walmart. Did you see where the black woman murdered the white guy over a parking place in Florida last week?
Yeah, I saw that, but we got enough to worry about here. So,
okay. Well, you worry about wrong things, but, you know, it's
my thing.
I want to go back to what Duke talked about yesterday. He was upset. There was like 200-300 I don't know, we'll call them whatever you want, KKK, white supremacists, whatever, marching. Mm-hmm. The unique thing about that, there wasn't one burning of buildings. There wasn't no looting, no rioting. Now compare that to what's happening in California, at the beach in California, where 400 more black youth come organized that don't even live in, rob and loot stores. And then go to North in South Carolina.
I did see that.
Where you see 400 or 500 of them. The problem ain't gonna be bars. The problem is gonna be these people are going to parking lots and stuff like that in vast numbers. They figured out that they can outman the police by just flooding the zone with kids, but I find it amazing that Duke was so damn upset about the whites marching, and they didn't do one thing but march. They didn't tear down, they didn't riot, but he didn't bring up all the crap that they do when the blacks go there. They steal, they rob, all that stuff, and they're doing it by. They've had this problem in Montgomery where they show up at parking lots and stuff like that, and they go there because it don't cost them no money to go into a club. And then somebody's going to get their foot stepped on when they do this, and somebody's going to get shot. You know, that's just the way it goes. But it's amazing to me. But you have a great day.
You too, Don. Yeah, listen, some woman, before I got up this morning, well, when I got up, let me see who's I'll give you a little sense. I'm never going to listen to your show anymore because you let that guy say it's all kinds of things. Um, well, I'll get back to that in a second. What's up there, Duke?
Somebody trying to stop calling in your show, man, or censor your show? What's going on?
No, nothing going on.
Oh, I thought somebody trying to tell you that they weren't listening anymore because
well, no. She thought that I allowed people. She thought that I allowed people to say basically what they want to say as long as they don't personally attack, and I do. As long as they don't personally attack anybody. Listen, it's free speech. I don't like it, but it's free speech.
Don't the preacher say what he want to say in the church every Sunday?
Yeah, and the problem with Don is what he says often is absolutely right. These young people in America right now, especially in urban Americas right now, they are tearing things up. People getting killed. It's people look like me.
But Don want us blacks to go out there and cover all this. See, I'm impressed. I'm impressed that the white citizens, since I've been bitching about it, that these kids and babies been getting killed. I'm impressed that they responding to the 6-year-old getting killed. Okay, I'm touched.
Brother, who wouldn't respond to a 6-year-old?
Oh no, they didn't respond to the one in Selma. I kept bitching about it that they only respond when somebody white get killed. Now they step it up. Now I'm proud of them.
I guess we didn't, because I still don't know much.
I'm proud of them.
What happened? I mean,
but let me get to Mr. Steve here for a minute. Mr. Steve, he hollering about promotions and people getting positions and this and that, and as last I checked, Kevin, in this White House, how many acting people we got? How many acting people we gotten in there? They're acting the Attorney General. No, let's put the truth where the truth. This national stuff right here.
Montgomery.
Okay. I'm gonna use Montgomery for an example. There, I'm gonna use Montgomery for example. If Reed want to put somebody down there that he want to put in as an acting Attorney General or acting chief or something like that, how the hell well would that go over in Montgomery amongst the citizens, some of the citizens? If you put in an acting chair, acting police officer, acting Attorney General, whomever for the city, Kevin,
that's okay.
How will people respond to that? How will Steve respond to that one?
But that's okay. As long as you got somebody in the military, we got acting platoon sergeants, acting first. I mean,
these individuals that Steve was complaining about, they may be acting people.
Okay, I know, but what's the point?
My point is, he's saying that his point is that these people need to be qualified, and that the people that was given the position as an acting or whatever, shouldn't get it over a person that earned his spot. Is put in a hard work and grind and got that position.
You don't think that the people who've been working here in the city of Montgomery for years on the police?
Well, the same people in other positions in the White House and wherever, Kevin.
White House is political. White House is political.
No. Acting Attorney General. Acting Attorney General, the president, personal Attorney General, hiring his personal lawyer to be the acting Attorney General. Come on now, Kevin.
That's his call. He's the president.
But what I'm saying, but when the mayor do the similar kind of stuff, hire his cousin or his personal lawyer for a position, everybody want to bitch about it.
I have never ever cared if somebody's related to somebody, as long as they.
I'm just saying the locals around here, the locals and so-called conservatives, always finding something to bitch about Reed about.
Hold on a second, but you got to give somebody else an opportunity to say something here, okay? Give somebody else an opportunity to have a conversation.
Go say it, baby. Say it. Go ahead.
I have never complained about somebody being related to somebody. If they're qualified for the job, everybody is related to somebody.
What if they just an acting person for a little while?
It doesn't make any difference to me. As long as they get.
I'm talking about is it what I'm saying? Will it go over in Montgomery, Alabama?
I think
if he put in some acting people.
If you got a cousin with a master's degree in counseling.
If you want to put in a temporary acting person in there, will it go over well in Montgomery, Kevin? That's what I'm asking you.
Temporary means exactly that. It means temporary.
And acting. What acting mean then?
Acting means he takes the wait a minute. He has the authority and responsibility to hold the job temporarily. That's what it means.
What's the difference in acting and temporary? Well, I'm asking you.
Because
What's the?
it probably means that we're not sure we're going to keep him there. We got the state of Alabama. Every day I've been always wondering how come we always got to go look for somebody else. But according to them, it's the law. You got to put it out there so other people can put in for the job. That's
what I'm saying now. If Reed was a white mayor and he wanted to put somebody in as an acting chief or whatever, they wouldn't say, these citizens wouldn't say, I'm the word. Now you know that, Gavin.
Well, first of all, the guy who's here now, Mr. Baptiste, I don't know him personally, but I know he came from Mobile initially, and then he goes back to Mobile to run for an office. He doesn't get the office. So he comes back to Montgomery, and
people do it all the time, don't they?
And that's cool.
When people run for national office or local offices and they lose, they still got their job.
But I do. If what Simpler Days says is right, I do have a problem with you coming back, with other people getting demoted, you getting the top position. Yeah, that's not right. That's not right for people who bust their hump here.
So you can't think of one person that ran for office. Political office and gotten their job back or kept their job while they're running for office. You can't name one individual.
Can you name any?
Huh?
I don't know. Who?
Calvin Elkins?
I ain't never held an office.
Huh?
I've never held an office of any kind.
You sure?
I'm positively sure.
Because when you was trapped inside the white guy body, you say,
I said philosophically.
Oh.
Okay. Philosophically. Now, if you all need me to explain that, what the definition of that word is.
But be honest. But honestly, though, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. But there have been people that ran for office here in the state of Alabama. I'm gonna look it up in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But that ran for offices and didn't get the job, and they kept their job.
Well, that's nothing wrong with that. Keeping your
job. They kept their job.
But he
okay,
left.
just like you run for office. If you leave Montgomery right now and go to Mobile and do your podcast down there in Mobile and come back and say you want your job back.
What job?
And I'm quite sure that, whatever job, hypothetically speaking, whatever job, if you had this particular job.
Well, I don't know.
You had your podcast show. Like right now, if you're gonna run for city council,
I am running.
And you had a job at the radio station and you ran for that position.
They wouldn't let
me. And
they wouldn't let you run.
You ain't got to quit that job.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you do.
You had to quit it.
I had to quit.
You can get your job back, eh?
That's the only reason why I never ran all these years, because I would have to give up my job, try to get a job, end up with no job. So I kind of said, well, when I get done with radio, then I'll try it. I'm trying it now. I don't know if I won't make it or anything, but I'm gonna put my best foot forward.
Now you got people like Margaret Taylor Greene that people that lost the position and going home. They lost their jobs. They going home. They lost the election. But what I'm saying now, if some people I've known in Alabama, it happened in Alabama.
I mean she lost
state of Alabama, where people lost their position but they kept their job some kind of way. They're still able to keep their job.
I don't know how. I don't know what that is, but. All right, appreciate it.
But my thing was about the temporary thing and
okay, but what's
acting.
wrong with that?
These acting people.
Okay.
Same thing.
And they mean exactly what they say: temporary or acting. Acting is temporary. That's all. No big deal. The man has amazing because when Montgomery got rid of a female police chief, an acting police chief. And replaced her.
There are so many. There are so many acting positions at the White House right now.
I thought she was the best person for the job at that particular time. But the mayor, and that's under his purview. That's his choice. He thought he'd get somebody else. I think that woman was doing a good job, and most officers down there liked her. So I don't know. I ain't too crazy about women in leadership over men, but I liked her.
Just like Governor Irish, she was after Benny got caught with that woman or whatever. Whatever you're doing with her.
Y'all
we put
y'all misused. Y'all misused.
I ain't missed that.
Y'all shouldn't have did that. I like
but what I'm saying, Governor Irish was appointed to that position, wasn't she?
Yeah.
As a temporary or a acting, which one?
Well,
acting governor.
I think she was acting governor until she got
Then the citizens elected her in.
right.
But the acting thing, see.
I got you. I'm feeling you. Wow. Good morning.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand.
Make this world a better place.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah.
Reach out and touch
Somebody's
hand.
You out of tune, brother.
Make
You
this
out of tune.
world a better place.
You out of tune. You out of tune.
If you can.
Yeah, you out of tune. It's reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. Okay, that's it. Me and Diana Ross sung that together one time. I appreciate it. Anyway, it's a great day to be alive. A lot of things going on. Seeing that Tuberville may not be on the ballot for the governor. A lot of things are coming out, and he doesn't seem to. We'll see how this all works out. The judge got to figure that out in a minute. Good morning, First Sergeant. Top of the morning to you.
Good morning, Mayor of the Airways.
Yes, the podcast waves. Yes. Good morning.
Top of the future councilman of the Airways.
Yeah. Sooner or later. Yeah. Good morning.
Two things I have for you. I don't know if Don is listening, but I would like to accept his $200 challenge that Kevin Elkins will qualify as a candidate
Yes.
for City Council District 3.
And Don, I'll let you make sure you call back and if you just ain't talking smack, and take the challenge.
I believe, Kevin, that you're gonna run for the people.
I'm gonna run for the people or from the people.
Okay, so I'll accept that $200 challenge.
Yeah.
And I'll make that $200 donation to the Elkins campaign for District 3.
Okay. Well, now let's see if Don has the gonads to has a set and be a man of his word.
Secondly,
yes.
I want to give kudos to the Trump administration, Kevin.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yesterday, he rung the bell to open the New York Stock Exchange, and he announced the Trump accounts. Are you familiar with the Trump accounts?
Yeah, I saw it. Yes, I stirred, but I'm trying to figure out that couldn't be an actual account, could it? Yeah, I mean.
Well, I mean, I know for years you worked at the radio station and you was not familiar with the 401k and how that concept worked.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't. Yeah, that was stupid.
So you lost out on years of growth and wealth.
Yes, it did.
Because of your ignorance, right?
Because of my ignorance, absolutely.
Well, I don't want the public to be ignorant on these Trump accounts because this account is for an opportunity for people with children to put money aside up to $5,000 a year for children, and that money will grow. And when you got a 1-year-old or 2-year-old and you put money aside in the market, and when that child is 18 years of age, they can take that money and pay for public education if they want to go to college or a trade school, or they can let the money continue to grow and put it down as a first-time home buyer. So it's an opportunity, and the government will put in the first 1,000 if you fit a certain category, and then the parents. So if you can't put in up to 5, put in money in the stock market, because one thing I do know is it will go up. Yep. When President Obama swore in January 1st, 2009, the stock market was about 85. The Dow Jones were about 8,500 points, 8,500 in 2009. When Obama was sworn in, 2009, January. The stock market, the Dow Jones is over 53,000 points now. So imagine, Kevin, if you had been at Cumulus and put in money in January 2009, the market was at 8,500. Yesterday is over 53,000. Look how much money you could have had, only if you were aware.
That's true. That is true.
So now parents that have children, that they can just put this money aside, and it's a tax write-off. So now you're getting a tax write-off. So it's a great opportunity what the administration has done. I think they said yesterday only 38% of America has money in the stock market, 401ks or what have you. This is an opportunity to get that number down to 5-10% because everybody can start putting money. You can't maybe put in the max amount, but you can put in money for your child and let this money just grow. So kudos to the Trump administration.
And as a matter of fact, State Farm has a program. Well, I put Z in it. 15 years you pay.
15 pay. Yeah. Life insurance, 15 pay.
Right. And it's
you bought that policy in 15 years, his life insurance is paid up for the rest of his life and it grows with cash value. And if you ever get into a financial bind, you can make withdrawals against it or what have you. So that's a good product as well. But I wanted to give the Trump administration kudos because that is good for this country, for Americans to have an opportunity to participate in that tax deferred growth. And Don, $200, my friend. We're going to make a donation to the Elkins campaign for District 3. Thanks for taking the call.
Appreciate it. Okay, Don, you got your $200. You got your $200 for.
Let me just give my talk here. It looks like Willie Durham is on the way to recovery from TDS.
Wait a minute. What about the $200?
Well, I'm about to do this. I accept the bet. Now, when is the cutoff date? My bet is that you won't be on the ballot.
Okay.
Huh?
So we're gonna wait.
My bet is that you won't be on the ballot.
So that's next week. Next week is the cutoff date.
My bet with
14th.
Willie Durham, and he took it.
Okay.
That is, you will not be on the ballot. Okay. You will not do the stuff you're supposed to be and be on the ballot.
Okay.
Is that the bet?
So yeah, that's the bet. So you do.
You want some of that too?
You do take the bet, right?
Do you want some of it too?
Oh no. All my money's got to.
You don't want any of it, do you?
My money's got to go toward running and things of that nature.
And what's it gonna take to get on the ballot?
Well, you're gonna find out when you pay it.
You don't even know. That shows you what kind of person you are. Okay. You're claiming, and you don't even know what the requirements are for you to get on the ballot.
Listen.
But Willie,
yeah.
The bet is he will not be on the ballot.
Okay.
Oh, and let me go to this now.
Yeah.
What you guys are confusing about the police department.
Mm-hmm.
You got positions. You got to fill. You can't just put in more people in different positions. He's dropping them down to other positions so he can take a friend and family and put them in the positions they were. They won't change the salary. They won't do a different job, but there's a manning chart. Mm-hmm. And they had to go through human resources like that.
Yeah.
He dropping them down on the chart in order to fill it with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just say, I don't know what all this talk about. They put in a temporary chief and all that. You can't put in a temporary chief if you got a regular chief.
Mm.
You can't put in extra people that ain't on the manning chart. You have to fill slots.
Okay. Yeah, we know about slots.
Yeah, well, okay, the bet is
okay.
You will not be on the ballot.
And you want to bet
$200.
Okay, so you want to bet me $200 also?
Yes.
I'll take the bet.
All right, you're on.
Okay. All right then.
You had to be on the ballot.
Yeah, I don't want to take your Social Security check. So you got a little extra money at the bank or something here?
Yeah, you the one that ain't got no money.
Well, I'm just saying, and I don't want you to be like me. So
you ain't got nothing but Social Security, and about 50% of your bills that pay for your handicap thing.
I'm just saying.
What did you get for your handicap disability? 50%. What they give
That's
you?
got nothing
50%?
to do with this. That's got nothing to do with this conversation. I just asked you, do you have the?
You're the one out there driving Uber.
I'm willing to work. What's wrong with that?
You're broke.
Well, if I'm broke, I'm willing to work.
It doesn't worse than a broke brother.
See you later. Okay, now, brother, working. Now you dogging me for working. I mean, come on, man. I mean, we just can't please you now. You don't get. Anyway, everybody heard it. He took the bet, $200. He said with me and Willie, he said that I will not be on the ballot for city council. That's what his thing is. Okay. So I'm gonna take that, and he said I'm not gonna be on the ballot. Everybody heard it. Okay, what day is this? Today is the whatever day it is, the 7th day of July, 2026. Okay. Anyway, moving right along to other things this morning. It looks like that Tuberville. We'll find out when I think the judge who's actually going to rule on this is from Montgomery. I think it is. We'll see. Now, here's the problem though: if they take him off, are they going? Because is the Republican Party going to be the same way the Democratic Party was when my judge guy who running for judgeship, he came in second, and then they eliminated the woman who was running because they didn't want her. She did something back in the day, and now they go someplace and get another candidate and bring her into Montgomery, and now she's on the bench. So are we going to do the same thing as the Republican Party? Because McFeeters is the guy who came in second in the primary. So you would think, I'm just saying, you would think that, he would be automatically next. Okay. And then we're talking about this whole alcohol thing, the whole no standing operating procedure for the city of Montgomery on the city council when it comes to getting licenses. Excuse me. Here's what people don't understand about liquor licenses. The liquor license comes from the ABC board, Alcohol Beverage Control Board. Okay. They are the ones who give to it. So you can go downtown with your liquor license in hand from the ABC. You'll then put money in your business, because I would assume that ABC board does some sort of investigation on you before they give you your license. Then you go in front of the city council, and they can turn your business license down. In other words, I got my ABC license, so now I'm going to put my business on Dexter Avenue, 1 Dexter Avenue, and whatever 1 Dexter Avenue is, I'm not exactly sure. Is that the White House downtown? That's on. Anyway, so now you have to go before the city council in order to get the blessings of the city in order to open up even though the ABC board has already given you your license. So, and my problem with the ABC, with the board, with the city council, they have never, I've been here since 1991. They have never, ever had an SOP. It would not be McFetters. Well, why not? He came in second. That's the problem. And therein lies the problem, though. Okay. He said they want to close him down because something happened. But again, and this goes back to the Carmelo Anthony thing. We're not saying, and nobody said Carmelo Anthony shouldn't get punished. But what people were saying, and I tend to agree with them, if you look at the history of Texas, a lot of people did the same thing or worse thing and got a whole lot less time. Okay. He was still wrong. There's got to be consequence for what you do, and he was still wrong. But just like Montgomery, if a guy does something, somebody does something, he can only put guards in place, whatever the case may be. You cannot subdue human behavior once you give them that alcohol stuff. Somebody was killed in a few places in Montgomery. They didn't close them down. There have been shootings at Walmart. They didn't close Walmart down. They didn't blame Walmart because an idiot came in there with a gun. But for some reason, if you have a club that people don't like, I don't go to clubs. I just don't go to them, because for the fact that clubs sometimes it's kind of a rough place. I got that part. But if you give me a license without giving me, now you're going to tell me I'm responsible for everything everybody does. That's crazy. Good morning. Hello. Top.
Hey, sorry, Nelson, I just wanted to go back to something you said earlier about if Tuberville is taken off the ballot, that Fetters should automatically go on the ballot.
Since he came in second.
Well, I don't think that's the way it worked, though. Like in Maine, you got a Senate candidate, Plattner, that a lady came out a couple of days ago with a rape allegation, and
probably he's going to end up withdrawing from that Senate race. That doesn't mean that the person that was second in the primary now automatically becomes the candidate. The party will decide who will represent them.
So why have the race? Then if I make it, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why have the race if these guys get to determine who wins it?
Because that's the party rules. It's the party. It doesn't say that in the event. This ain't Miss America. That if Miss America is no longer able to fulfill the crown, the runner-up, it doesn't work that way. We don't have runner-ups. The winner take all. This is not a Miss America candidate.
You ignore so you ignore everybody that was in the race and pick your own. They paid all that money.
But every candidate understands that's the rules of the party when you go in. So I believe Plattner is going to have to withdraw in the main race, and I don't think the second person is going to end up being able to be the candidate. I think the party rules say that they can, put somebody on the ballot. So I don't think it's because. So with your analogy, if Marche has been vacated the office, whoever came runner-up should now go in to be District 3.
No. She won the seat, and she was in the seat. And they dropped her off. There was no. That's what this is all.
So should we put the second person in there? Should we put the second?
No, because that has been that situation has been handled. She won the seat.
Right, but your philosophy is one that the runner-up should automatically ascend.
When nobody has taken the seat, absolutely. So what they're doing is they got all these people paying all of this money to all these people to run for something, and then turn around if we find out a week, 2 weeks after the guy gets in office or he wins that he did something wrong. Well, you're going to tell all of these people who paid all this money to the party for running, and that they're not in consideration. That's absolute robbery.
Gotcha. Okay. So do you feel the same way about the Senate 25 and 26, that we have to go back August the 11th and vote for people that wasn't in the original race that we had, those candidates, because they redrew the lines? Now all those people that spent money.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people getting screwed lately around here in this political game that these people play in this state. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Did they put Shamari back in? And is he?
He's got to run.
Yeah.
You talking about they redo the district, but I'm talking the state senate with Hatchett
and Beeman. Whatever his name is, Barfoot.
But those districts went back the other way now. So when you had, that lady that ran and KK Mitchell ran, now those seats are going back. So now you got to go back out and vote again, August the 11th.
Oh, well,
So we're all confused. But anyway, the party makes the rules, and I don't think that somebody can just ascend to Fetters if that's not what the party wants. And
but why have the race? But why have these people spending money to make the race?
But they understand that, like when you go down and you register and we get this $200 from Dunn.
Yeah.
Then if somebody else is the runner-up and for you can't take the seat, that doesn't mean they get it. We just have to set another election.
Well,
thanks for taking the call, my friend.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there are obviously.
Is it winner? Is it winner take all, or is it top two candidates?
Top two candidates.
All right, but you're going to win running away. It won't be a runoff, will it?
Yeah, I know. I almost hate to let other people in. I don't want them disappointed. Anyway, we got a lot of people running for this seat. We got a lot of people running for this seat. I heard that but you know what? We got some. I mean, honestly, I hear Johnny Sankey is running, and that's Commissioner Sankey's wife. I hear that there are a lot of people running, good quality people. But I like this one though. What have you done for the community? Yeah, I like that. That people ask, "What have you done for the community?" Okay. What have you done for the community? Too many things to put on paper. What is the number? I started to get 860-1440. That's not the number. The number, what is the number here anyway? It's 521-2963. I thought of back in my radio days. 860-1440. All right then. But there was, so we have charged, they did charge the man with murder of this child, I guess. Let me see if I can stop that right quick. Bring him on right quick. I didn't know they had found him already. Let me see here now. Yeah, call me back in a minute. Call me back in a minute. I got to share this one because I didn't know they had found this guy already. So that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Let's see if I can get it.
Morning, police say they made an arrest in a disturbing case in our area. A 6-year-old girl was shot and killed in her home while she was sleeping.
In her home.
And police say they arrested that suspect less than 24 hours after that shooting.
18-year-old Malika Millender is now charged with 3 counts of capital.
18 years old. Wow. I mean,
tired of living in your inbox? These whisper flow features are going to blow your mind. Watch what it does.
Yeah. 18 years old. Hold on a minute till I'll be right with you in a second here. 18 years old. Let me hear that story one more time here. Because it was hard for me to believe that.
New this morning, police say they made an arrest in a disturbing case in our area. A 6-year-old girl was shot and killed in her home while she was sleeping. And police say they arrested that suspect less than 24 hours after that shooting.
18-year-old Malika Millender is now charged with 3 counts of capital.
My. Whew, I don't know. Anyway, let me, I'm going to give Don one more shot here, and then we're gonna end the Don day. Let me see here now. How did I put them back on here? Let me see. Right there. That's screen. Okay, right there. Da-da-da. Okay, Don, you got 1 minute. Make it quick.
Can the people hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Shamari Figures is still on the ballot.
Still on the ballot. I thought they went back to the original.
They did. But let me help you here because, what they did was they put more Negroes into the district. They went back to the old ballot where there's less Negroes in the district. Shamari Figures is still on the district, so the people in that thing can go vote for him, and the white folk can.
Okay. Well, we appreciate that information. Thank you very much. What you want, Duke?
Now they're playing around with you, Kev. I want to bet you a grand you won't be on there.
Okay. Do you have the money? I mean, do you have the money?
I just messing with you.
Okay, then. I didn't want you betting things you couldn't handle. So
I got a couple dollars, laying around somewhere probably,
Okay, all right.
But anyhow, I tried to get a kick out of that one. When is the runoff supposed to take place, Kevin? So I can.
The runoff. Well, there's no run. I mean,
well, not a runoff, but not a runoff.
September the 1st.
The election. Yeah.
September the 1st. September the 1st is the election. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you figured your platform out yet, or you still got an idea? Or you're playing. I meant to say, you still got a plan.
If I didn't, but plans. You see, the problem with plans is that when you plan for you. The city council, it ain't no I in it. It's my plan. It has to be our plan. So you've got to get down there, have a conversation with the city council, the ones who've been down there a while, and see where their head is. All your plans don't mean jack if you can't get somebody to go with you. Don't mean a thing.
But if you got a plan to present to these individuals, or
some ideas. We have ideas. We don't have plans because the plan that
I tried to explain that to you a couple weeks ago.
You think I don't know?
I'm gonna have to go get me a fresh box of coloring crayons for you and get back with you on this because you don't understand yet.
Yeah,
you gotta have a halfway plan, dude.
No, and your plan don't mean anything if it doesn't include the other city councilmen, at least 5 of them.
Well, one of the first things you want to do when you get in, sir?
Figure out where the bathroom is.
I'm saying, I'm serious now. But see, you want people to vote for you, so you know we're gonna give you a hard. You know we're gonna challenge you on here on what you're gonna do and all that stuff.
Listen,
So
I'm only gonna answer questions that have reason attached to them. Okay, and
I got a reason. My reason is what are your plans for this community that
I'm going
want to take over?
That is why I'm walking the community, asking people what do they think they need. The problem with politicians often we want to work on the things we want. What we want to work on is the things that people want. So you got to talk to people in the district.
So, but still, with that said,
you don't live in District 3.
But what I'm saying, with that said, though, Kevin, to make you want to run for this position, you saw something that you wanted to fix.
I've seen.
So name this one thing that you wanted to fix in this community, sir.
I will fight for them. I want you.
Name one thing you want to fix. A road over there you saw that bothering you. What's bothering you? What's bothering you to make you want to take this position?
No, and that's what bothers me is that we have people, in my opinion, who.
I'm talking about slow down, buddy. I'm talking about in this area right here. You saw something that want to make you go fix it. What is it that you saw that you want to go fix it in this area?
I didn't see
that make me want to vote for you, or whoever live in your area want to vote for you, saying this man might get the job done.
If you lived in 3, I'd have a conversation with you. But since you don't, we ain't gonna worry about it.
Oh man, this off the top. I mean, if I was running for this position, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use myself enough. If I was running for that position,
but you're not.
I would see something that I would be able to tell you that I saw something that bothered me in that community. I want to fix the crime, or I want to fix the potholes, or I want to do something. Give me something that you saw that
you know what you get. When you ask that, you know what you get when you ask those type of questions. You get platitudes. I don't do platitudes. Okay.
Now, if you can't answer these questions right here, hell, I might want to bet you.
Do you know what a platitude is,
Kevin?
Just answer the question.
All this gaslighting I hear from the Fox News every day. That's what platitude is right there. Okay, all this gaslighting I hear from Fox News when I turn it over there every once in a while.
Everybody is full of platitudes.
I just asked you something in mind that you have. You got a thought. You got to have a thought to want to take this job. You gotta have a halfway plan or something that interests you and you want to fix in this area. Okay, so
it's the culture.
Give me that.
Culture is what it is.
It is. I don't want to hear these. See that you go platitude and gaslighting again.
Listen, if this is intellectual for you, I can understand.
But what I'm saying now, if you can't give a simple answer to this simple question I just asked you, hell, I might want to bet you that $200.
Well, go ahead and bet me. That's fine. Bet
you can't answer a simple question. You damn true conservative. You damn okay. I'm no question, boy.
Well, I could answer any kind.
I asked you what interests you in this area that makes you want to go out there and take care of it.
There are many things, but
you heard a guy telling a woman, say, listen, if I had you,
I gotta go, brother. I gotta go.
I will treat you like he treats you.
I gotta go. Okay. Now, if you lived in 3, now we can have a conversation. But since you don't live in 3, why worry about it? Okay. Numbers here 521-2963. It just amazes me. People who don't have the balls to run want to ask everybody else 1,000 dumb questions. Okay. Run for the office and then tell us what you think. Okay. Mine is culture. Mine is culture. Get rid of some of the platitudes. First of all, I've been here 35. Let me just put it this way. I have been in this city 35 years. 2 boys grew up here. If everything was okay, why are we still complaining? See, what you need to ask is the people that are in office now, you need to ask them these questions. What has been their plan? What are they doing? Okay. First of all, it's a cumulative effort. If you don't know what that word means, I'll tell you. It involves everybody on the city council. It's a cumulative effort. Everybody. As a matter of fact, the city council as a whole is where the strength of Montgomery government comes from. It is not the mayor's office. The mayor is good. The mayor is a good position to have, but the mayor is not where the power is. The power is within the city council, and they did that on purpose. And I understand that. It's kind of like the Senate, as well as the Senate, as well as the House of Representatives. The president gets all the flack, but the bills and the money and the appropriations come from the Senate and the House. Okay, that's right. But I ain't mad at nobody. Y'all good. Okay. If you say you live in District 3, then I'm doing what everybody else is doing. I'm going around seeing what some of the issues are that people have. My issue is just fighting for the people. Just fight for them. Just fight. Don't raise your hand automatically when somebody comes up with something. Look at it. See what it's like. Don't fight for them. We don't, with the city council, don't pay rent. We don't fix roof, but we can. I think we have the ability to reach out to people and see whether or not we can get funds for those things. But the problem with government, often city government, local government, people think that your job is to do things that it's not. It's just the thing we can't do anything about education. We have no authority whatsoever in education. Absolutely none. The only thing we can do is give you some of that discretionary money if your cause is just. And we've been giving the same people the same money for years and years and years and years, and we still got the same problems. So I don't know. I got to look at the system and see how it's ran. See who, and we got to see what resources are available to us. Because we can make a lot of promises, but evidently people are not so pleased with people are not that pleased because every time there's an election, there's 10, 13 people want to run for the job. Okay. They got a bunch of platitudes, but they don't really. I mean, I'm a guy who's willing to fight, and I mean literally fight. I'm like, who's that guy who was in the city council? I mean, in House Representative, whatever his name was. He went across the hall, went across the thing, and knocked the hell out of somebody. Okay, I don't mind doing that. Okay, we need people to fight for you. First of all, let's find out what you need. Find out what you want. We don't know what people want. I mean, we are still talking about up here, King Hill and things like that. It looks kind of like the same way it looked since I got here. A lot of places around here look the same way since I got here. 31 years I've been here. I see the same thing. So, businesses, are we pro-business or do we just like to say we pro-business? Then every time you go down and try to get a license, not ran around. This ain't English class. Every time somebody comes down there with a business that you don't like, then we want to not give them a license. So we got to find out what it ain't. What I think, it's not what I think needs to be done, is what do the people who live in District 3 think that needs to be done? Because we may think we need roses on Lower Wetumpka Road. We may think that. But what if people don't want roses on Lower Wetumpka Road? I mean, I personally think we need to fix our public transportation system because it sucks. I mean, that's what I think. If there was more important, I don't think there's more important. I don't think there's anything more important than the public transportation system in Montgomery at the moment. Okay, with gas going up, insurance going up, public transportation is a big deal. Okay, and ours is not as good, I think, as it could be. Yes.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Listen, are you going to be at the forum on August 10th?
I sure will be.
That's why I want to make sure, because you didn't answer my question. I wrote it on the page.
Okay, well, I ain't looking at the page at the moment. What was the question?
Are you going to be at the forum on August 10th?
Well, sure I will. KK's doing a good job of getting it together. And I read about Mr. Bailey too. And listen, I read Bailey's thing in 1819 News, and he has his priorities, and and I have mine. I don't have a problem. And everybody that's running is going to have priorities. Everybody. Some things will make sense. some won't. Some things you can do, most of them you can't do a doggone thing about. Okay, but as a collective, we can go places and have meetings with people and see what they consider coming to Montgomery, whatever the case may be. But one city council person can't do much of anything. It has to be done as a collective.
But my point is this: don't get kind of in a tizzy with the people when they ask you questions. You must.
I don't mind questions that have a twinge of. They
may have family members in that district that they can speak to
where's their family
about you.
Okay.
They may have churches in that district that they can talk about their membership about you.
Okay.
They may have community senior citizen groups in that district that they can gossip about you every day. So don't get in the tears now, because there are other things in that district. They work in that district, and they have friends
but they can't vote in the district. If they work in the district,
it doesn't matter. But they can influence, though, baby.
Okay, I hear you.
Oh, they can make a big difference.
I looked at how many people came out the last.
Well, my point is this is something new and shiny and new.
Yeah,
I don't know how many people are going to show up.
Well,
look at how many people have already tried to.
A lot of
news. That's 5 people already.
Yeah, we got more too.
On.
Johnny Sankey's running, from what I understand.
So it's gonna be about 50 y'all.
it may be. That's cool. You know, that's what it's
and
for.
They're gonna have a runoff to the runoff.
They're gonna have a bunch of runoffs. But anyway, listen, I ain't mad at nobody.
Don't forget council meeting. You need to start going to your council meeting.
Wait a minute. I've seen the council meetings for 31 years. I've seen them.
I don't care.
I've seen them.
You need to start a new leaf today.
The problems don't,
because they're going to be discussing the budget coming up in October.
That's true. They do that every year. They do that every year.
I know, but you still listen. You got to be able to answer the question: how much money did your council?
And all I got to do is get a copy of the budget.
Listen. You got to form the budget first.
And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing now.
The departments are meeting now, so you need to be in on the beginning part, so you don't have to justify the ending part.
Listen,
you need to know how the sausage is made before you can tell them about the sausage.
I've been watching it for 31 years. I know how the sausage is made.
This is different. You have involved yourself into the real world.
Okay.
In other
No.
words,
Wait a minute. I've been involved ever since I've been paying taxes.
But you ain't never ran though.
No, I ain't never. And running just merely means that now I get all kind of crap thrown at me. But again, I know how the sausage is made. I know the process, and I know some things about the process I don't like.
But you got to be able to answer the question.
I don't have to answer every question. Nobody can answer every question. We don't know. Most people don't even know where the bathroom is at City Hall.
Listen, how much money Gray Boy gonna need?
Well, I tell you what, they
besides money.
The budget. I think the budget is for 400 officers, and they don't have 400 officers, but they budget for that. I did ask the mayor about that, and they still budget. And I guess now my question is, where does the rest of the money go?
Well, then now you can find the answer.
Now that's the question I want to know. Where does the money go?
Now you get involved and meet with them at the beginning of the meeting.
What makes you think I don't already do that? How do you know I don't do these things already? I know
you.
I know everybody.
I know you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hear you. But listen, y'all need, if y'all got such a great idea, y'all should run. Y'all should run for office too.
Manager?
Yeah.
Who is your campaign manager?
I'm my own campaign manager.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna take care of the finances and the keeping of the books and your
keep what books?
Flyers.
I do my own flyers.
You got your financial report. You got to.
And I already filled that crap out. They said, "You got the money?" Nope. So that was it. I
had to go.
I had to go to the ethics.
Don't go to jail.
I had the ethics thing. I already had to fill out. I got no money, so we ain't gonna worry about it.
Bye.
All right. See you later. Everybody got all this up. Anyway, the numbers here, just in case you want to call, and that who just got Malik Demetrius Millender, 18 years old. He got 3 counts of capital murder. Well, what would make an 18-year-old, that bothers me more than anything. The culture of our young people in this city. You want to know what bothers me more than our culture? And it's not just Montgomery. How do we change the culture? How do we change where something like this doesn't happen? Where an 18-year-old kills a child 6 years old. And this is not the first time this has happened. Okay. How do we change that? That's more important than anything I'm concerned about. Can we change the culture of Montgomery? Yes. Simpler?
Mayor, you can always do like our previous president, Joe Biden did. He didn't answer a lot of questions, and you can just act like you're sleepy and let other people limit your appearances, and you'll probably be all right.
Yeah, I might be. But listen, one thing I know about people don't ask questions because they want to support you. They ask questions because they want to bury you. so I'll give the appropriate answers at the appropriate time.
You talked about where's the money going for the not spending for the 400 officers. Well, they might be paying salaries out of it, and maybe paying.
Yeah, I mean, I did ask the mayor one time where if you're projecting a budget for 400 officers, and we got 100 and something or 200, let's round it off to the nearest 200. It's kind of like the education budget for the state of Alabama. It's $10 billion, but guess what? They don't just use that for education. They use it for every other thing besides education, but they put it in the education budget so they can hide it. So
they keep moving the P around. They keep moving the P around on us under the shelves there.
They do, and I'm saying, well, you got $10 billion, and every year somebody asking us to give money. You can't go to McDonald's, you can't go to Hardee's without somebody saying you want to give us extra. You want to round it off to the education. Well, who the hell's getting that money? I mean, we got plenty of money for education.
Hey, I lived over there in that district about 40 years ago. Does that count for me to have input into it?
No.
Okay. That's what she was laying out the parameters there that you had.
You just don't. It's called District 3 for a reason. I'm looking at the map right now, and it's District 3. I want to hear what they say, but I mean, what good is it? I don't. No, it don't matter.
Hey, I got a question for the two gentlemen that are putting the bet out there about you being on the ballot. My question is, what happens if you don't make it on the ballot, but somebody decides, and I don't know whether they're going to use the machine or the paper, but if they use the paper and somebody writes your name in on the paper, aren't you on the ballot?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
something to think about.
Something to think about. Yeah, that's true. All right, appreciate it. Okay, I got to go get my milk break here right quick. I'll be back in a couple minutes here. It's milk break. Well, actually, B-R-E-A-K. Actually, it's like not milk break. It's going to be you got to get me a Sprite, okay? Because y'all, I'll be back. Be back. In 3 minutes, okay? So y'all hang loose there, I'll I gotta have. I had to go to the store last night and get me some more milk because I ran out of it. I don't understand people who say they can't drink milk. I love milk. I mean, milk is good for the body. I drink at least 2.5 gallons a week. That milk is good stuff. We'll be back right after this. So don't go any place. We'll want to be candidate-free publicity. Don't mention another candidate's name. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. But again, at the end of the day, we just want somebody, regardless of who it is, whose top priority is taking care of the citizens' needs. And I don't think we've done a great job really on public transportation whatsoever. If I don't want to drive my car for a week, I ought to be able to get on the bus. It should be it should be okay for me to get on the bus and go where I want to go. If I need to go to work and my car is broke down, I need to be able, if I live within the PR, I need to be able to get on the bus and get to work, because sometimes you just don't have the gas money. Okay, but you got a couple of dollars for the bus. We need an enhancement to our public system, and we need some more buses. Now, where the money comes from that, I do not know. We can work that out as we get it. But you talking about something that would debilitate a community. The lack of public transportation will debilitate. It will disable everybody from getting around. And you talking about looking for a job. When I first got here, I got on the bus looking for a job. There's a place called Service Merchandise. I went out there. And I went around Montgomery. I bought the pass. They had a pass in '91. You could buy a pass for a monthly pass. I don't know if you can still do it, but I like riding the bus. It's like sightseeing for free, because I went all over this town, seeing where things were, seeing what that were. Our public transportation. I think our buses are sometimes too big. So we don't have a lot of people, but I gotta think if we had great air conditioning in the buses, great seats, more people would use the bus, especially on the weekend. Let's say I don't have a car, I got a girlfriend, and I want to go out to the movies early afternoon on a Saturday. There's no way to do it around here, because you can't, you can't get, there's no buses, not to speak of. So I think if we got people in New York who've never had a driver's license. They've never needed one, because the public transportation system in New York, I realize it's a bigger city. I realize that, but we could have something comparable to what they have up there. So if I don't want to drive my car, I ought to be able to get on the bus and go places in town. If I want to do shopping, whatever the case may be, yeah. And the liquor, well, there's more. Listen, it is not the liquor licenses that bother me. It is the process by which people are giving business licenses in the city of Montgomery with no standard operating procedure. There's no SOP. And when you don't have an SOP, then what that means, in Chi-Town, what that means, if you don't have an SOP, that means you come at the mercy of your particular city council person. It is the only thing down there that one city councilman can say yay or nay. Business licenses are given to you by the city, which is a collective of the city council. So it seemed like to me that if everybody don't vote against me, then I ought to be able to get my license. But what they've done, they have decided amongst themselves, if Pruitt says, nah, I don't want that business over here. Even if I sat way on the other end thinking, well, yeah, he sounds like reasonable to me, let's let him have. No. They will surrender their authority to one city council person when it comes to a certain type of business. Okay? That's what they do down there. And I don't like that. Okay? I don't like that. No SOP? No, I'm sorry. And who is this?
Good morning, Kevin. This is Miss Rose. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
And hello to your audience. Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, you did ask about the 18-year-old guy that did that to the 6-year-old girl. Number one, these mothers, they leave their kids with anybody. They just leave them off with anybody just to do what they want to do. And this is what happens. These young ladies out here they're young. They walk around here with bad attitudes. They got these bonnets on their head. They have on these pajamas with house shoes. And then they want to have an attitude on top of that. It doesn't make sense. And then when you talk about it or say something about it to them, hey, that doesn't look right. They want to get you. They want to get on you. This is the reason why our kids are dying in the streets, because of young ladies like this. I bet you he probably is not even the father.
Well, but no. From what I understand, she was killed in her bed.
Okay, so he just walked in and killed her.
I don't know if it came from if the round came from outside like it did before or not. I don't know how that. Because why would a reasonable man walk up to a child in bed and kill him and shoot him?
Because they're demons. They're demons. They're on all different types of pills. And I was just really hoping that it would snow on the 4th of July. I said, please let it snow. If it snows, they'll sit down. Or just let it storm. If it storms, they'll sit down. But I was really hoping for snow to wake them up.
But this
anyway,
was a drive-by. Yeah, this was a drive-by
quiet.
shooting. Yeah, this was a drive-by shooting that killed the 6-year-old Kaylee. It's a drive-by shooting. So hell, he didn't have the. He didn't. I mean, they didn't care who they killed.
They still don't care, but they want to holler and scream about this thug Carmelo Anthony. They still want to holler, and that died down a little bit. But now look what Black Lives Matter. Does Black Lives Matter America? Black Montgomery, does it matter? Because they were screaming, kicking up dust about this Carmelo Anthony. But no one is saying anything about this 6-year-old girl.
Yeah, it is.
And then on top of this, that girl, the mother, I can guarantee you she don't have no insurance. She's gonna need to bury the baby, need GoFundMe.
But I'm not. Yeah, but for a second. First of all, her kids, they were at home. Okay, they weren't out running in the streets or anything like that. So something you can blame the mama for. The kids was at home in her bed. How can you protect them against a fool like that?
Is this guy her boyfriend, or did it just happen from the outside?
Well, now I don't know who he is to her. He's 18 years old. She had a daughter. I don't know. Malik Demetrius Millender. I don't know. But I mean,
look at his picture. Tell me that's not a demon. It doesn't matter. They walk around here with all these switches. I saw one yesterday. And you can't say nothing to them.
I do not understand that. Yeah, I do not understand why we cannot. The Second Amendment was never meant to be used this way. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, right. Everybody has the right to bear arms.
Yeah, to protect yourself.
The way we're doing it.
Yeah, to protect yourself.
The way we're doing it, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm
to just walk around with these guns. I saw one yesterday. I was like, look at this crap. And we put our own selves in danger.
And we don't know if they're crazy or not. Right? We don't know if the guy with the gun is crazy or not. We don't know.
Absolutely. You think I'm trying to get up out that store? Yeah.
I mean, so anyway, something's wrong with it. Our legislators are responsible for this. Okay, the
legislature, they was going to do this anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they're responsible for this. A guy who's intent on getting a gun will get one. There's no doubt about it. But we damn sure shouldn't make it easy for him to walk around and nobody can ask you, why are you walking down the street with a rifle? Why are you walking around?
You know who said that? The same thing you said. You know who said that? My 35-year-old son. He said the same thing that you said. You have the right to bear arms, but why let everybody see what you have?
Yeah, I don't know. I just.
But these type of things right here, even the surgeons getting on the news, even last year complaining, asking them to put these kids, they cannot repair this.
And Jackson Hospital, one of the reasons why, and Jackson Hospital, one of the reasons help, from what I understand, one of the reasons why they got so many problems, because we got so many people getting shot and coming up.
Yeah.
No insurance, expense it is for the surgeons and people like. I mean, I don't know. We need to change. How do we change the culture? That is the biggest problem we have in Montgomery and in most major.
I know how to change it now, because our culture has really been destroyed. It's been destroyed. The first way to change this, y'all, is that we have to let go of the government and stop calling them our fathers, our mothers. And we have to take hold to our families. Get heed to that. Number one, once we get these kids back in, and the mothers who, a lot of times the mothers, like what happened for my instance, I went through a certain thing with my son and his baby mama. Through all this stuff is because a woman, the man doesn't want her anymore. So she will put him through all this crap and drill it in the kid's head that he's a bad person. And then when the daughter or the son grows up, they figure it out. They have to figure it out. Hey, my father is not like this. Number one, y'all, if the father would take back their home, and I'm so glad to see Trump even moving some type of steps to try to at least show Black people you don't need the government. This is not for you to get on and your kids get on, your grandkids get on. That's not the way to build wealth.
Yeah, I hear you. You know,
and then you want to get upset. That the thing I just said now to get the families back is that we have to stop depending on the government and then come back to our Father. That's why we have so much crime. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that shit, but it's real.
Yeah,
it's real.
Hey, appreciate it.
It's real. I'm telling you, dump the government and that government, that Democratic Party that y'all feel like y'all about to get y'all back broke just to leave that Democratic Party alone. Y'all feel like y'all about to get y'all arm cut off.
Yeah.
But y'all feel it because y'all want to beg all the time. Instead of saying, Black people used to vote Republican a long time ago until after this civil rights movement reset. Then that's when we start begging for freedom. It would have happened anyway. What freedom? We were already free. Begging to integrate, we didn't need that. It wasn't that important. That's what destroyed the Black communities. If somebody don't want you in, and it was working out just fine, Black and white people wasn't doing so bad, segregated. And what I've seen, I can go back and look at a lot of things. It was okay. It will have eventually happen.
Yeah. All right. Hey,
so,
I got to run. Yeah, run.
Get away from that Democratic Party too, y'all.
Yeah, and no party is going to take it. But you know, there's one ordinance I would love for the city council to put out. If your child is under 17 years old and under, gets in trouble, the parent must come down to the police department with them, must come to court with them. Unless you can show us that you've done your due diligence, and we need to start finding some of these fathers. I'm telling you, no child has ever been born without a father. And if the mama don't know who the father is, then I'm sorry. Then and I know the city can't do that, but we need to do something. If you don't know who the daddy is, then you need to come down with them too, and you need to surrender your child. If you don't have enough responsibility about yourself to know who your baby daddy is, and the word "my baby mama" crap, that kind of sucks. Although everybody does have a mama and a daddy. But I really do think, and the only way we're going to change this culture is start holding both people responsible. The parents, it's going to be up to them to show us that they have done their due diligence to manage, to supervise their children. Okay, I don't know how that's going to look, but I got some ideas because those are the ones who grow up and be little kids now. They grow up to be big kids later. And those are the kids that are out here doing things, the one who unbridled. The city of Montgomery ought to come up with something. You under 17 years old and you're involved with a crime, mama and daddy, somebody come into court with you who has the authority over you, the legal authority over you. Okay. And if your child won't mind, then you need to call the DHR or somebody and get them taken out of the house and let them go out to DYS for a minute there and see how he likes that. Okay. Because we need to change this culture. And it ain't just happening in Montgomery. It's happening all over the country. And then we think because we live in a certain neighborhood that we have a right to be belligerent. We have a right to be crazy. We got a right to heap violence upon our neighbors. Still, I talked to a person the other day who one of the guys who live in back of him would come over and steal their stuff like it was something. It wasn't nothing wrong with it. It would come from the back of the house, get in their house and steal their groceries and everything. I would never think about doing something like that. I did my dirt when I was little, but 10 speeds were my weakness. But other than that, but not after I hit 17. No, that wasn't me. But my mother did have to go down there with me. That one time I did something stupid. And trust me, that didn't happen again. But we need to change. It is a cultural thing, and it's not in Montgomery. It is It is everywhere. And somebody, and I'm going to blame that Democratic Party also, for some of it, not most of it. The parents are responsible, but ideologies and people's philosophy is geared, it's strengthened by something. People believe what they believe because of some reason. We need to find out what is that reason. If people always telling you every day that you can't you can't do it, the world is racist, and maybe. But before we go today, I want to give you guys a little video here. And this video is a big conflict with me because I know the greatness that is within our children. I do. I know the greatness that's within our children. And I somehow just don't understand how we got to where we are. I mean, how do we get to where we are? How do we get there? And here's my biggest conflict right here. I'm going to share it with you guys because I didn't know this until yesterday. But I'm going to take a little opportunity here and share this little video with you guys. And then I'll tell you why it is my greatest conflict within my own soul. Because it is. So let us take a look at this right quick. And then we will come back and call it a day. But I want you guys to listen to this right for a second. And it's tough to look at. It hardens you a little bit, and then it encourages you a little bit to know that people can do many things, no matter what their consequence, no matter what their circumstances are. You can do many things. In the 21st century, we make excuses sometimes why we can't, because of this and because of that. Well, let me share this with you about a man who did exactly that under the most dire circumstances, just to have his work destroyed by a group of people who were so ignorant, who thought that somehow they were superior because they were white. But it didn't stop him. And therein lies my conflict within myself, because I am a Black person. I know people don't believe it sometimes. And my mother and grandmother went through hell in Mississippi. But look at this right second, and then you will you understand what my conflict, and I'll tell you what my conflict is after you see this. Okay, so hang loose, and I'll be right back.
Enslaved and never given a last name. His son built never given a last name. His father was born enslaved and never given a last name. His son built the largest Black-owned hotel in America. Then the government burned it down and charged him for it. J.B. Stratford was born into slavery in Kentucky in 1861, fought his way through Oberlin College and Indiana Law School, became a lawyer, and in 1899 moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he helped build the Greenwood District, a thriving 35-block community of Black-owned businesses, hospitals, law offices, and schools, so prosperous that Booker T. Washington called it Black Wall Street. On June 1st, 1918, Stratford opened the crown jewel, the Stratford Hotel. 55 rooms, crystal chandeliers, a dining hall, a barber shop, a saloon. The largest Black-owned hotel in the United States. By 1920, he was the wealthiest Black man in Tulsa. Then, on May 31st, 1921, white mobs descended on Greenwood with rifles, torches, and the full backing of the Tulsa city government. What most history books skip is this. The Oklahoma National Guard didn't come to stop the violence. They joined it. Private planes flew over Greenwood, dropping incendiary devices on Black homes and businesses, while the National Guard arrested Black residents instead of their attackers. Stratford watched fighter planes bomb his neighborhood from the air. The National Guard told him to surrender his hotel and promised it would be protected. He handed over $2,000 in cash and complied. They took his money and burned his hotel anyway. 300 black people were killed, 1,200 homes destroyed, 10,000 left homeless, 35 blocks of generational black wealth erased in less than 24 hours. And J.B. Stratford, the victim, was charged with inciting a riot, a crime carrying the death penalty. He fled to Chicago and never returned to Tulsa. The charges weren't dropped until 1996, 75 years later. The economic damage in today's money, $610 million. Never compensated. Not $1.
And the conflict that I have with that is this. How do we reconcile what happened to these people and still understand that everybody were not involved in this? It was a bunch of thugs and hooligans and white folks who were just, I'm gonna use Rose's word, demons. How do we? So I believe now this is just but I believe the way we honored these people who showed us the way under the most dire circumstances in America. The way we honor these people is to do our best. Be excellent in all things. Education, work, dress, compassion. Be excellent in all things. That used to be how did this man build a hotel that big in a place where they almost didn't have a chance to do anything? They got to the point where they were too powerful, I guess. And this is my conflict. How do we hold those accountable for what happened in Tulsa and not hold everybody in America accountable for the same thing? How do we get back to the excellence? Because that they had to be good. And I mean, I don't know if that was an actual real picture of that hotel, but if it was, that was a hell of a hotel. It saddens me that those things happen to Black people. It really does. But I can't use it to fail. I can't say, well, that's why I kill people. That's why I kill my people. That's why I cuss around. That's why our entertainment is going down to shit for the most part. I hate using that word. That's why. We walk around with our pants down as an insult to the hard work that these people did. 300 of them died. 1,200 homes were destroyed. We will never get Mr. Stratford's place back, $610 million worth of damage in today's money. But they showed us what to do. Be excellent in all things. The way we speak, the way we carry ourselves. Be excellent in all things. That's why I love Valiant Cross. Because they can call you anything they want to call you. They damn sure won't call you dumb. Okay? How do we get from what they did to people killing kids in bed with drive-by shootings? How do we get there? Who poisoned us? Who poisoned these kids where they would do such things? Who did it? Why did it happen? Therein lies my conflict. I want to move on. I don't blame everybody for what happened. Even to my mom. She told me that the horrendous thing that happened to her in Mississippi. She told me, don't hate them, but just don't trust them. I found that to be some great counsel. And that's with everybody. But that man right there lost his fortune and everything, trying to make a place where Black folks could be proud. where they were proud. They were business owners. There were people who didn't have much money, didn't have anything. Okay. How do we reconcile where we are today to what these people went through? How do we reconcile that? How do we get back there? And the only way to do it is that you have to have excellence. You have to be the best at whatever. Is it right? Maybe not, but it is what it is. You know, as a matter of fact, one of the strange things I learned since I came down to Alabama, a lot of white people wanted black doctors. You know why? Because they knew a black doctor had to do it twice as fast, twice as good, maybe 10 times as good as a white doctor do to get the same place. So they know if a black man had the name doctor behind his name, oh, you can believe one thing about it. He earned it. So how do we get here? And I think you're absolutely right. I think we for so many churches in our community, we have more churches per capita in our community than any other community in. And yet and still, I'm done with calls for the day. There, you can write on thing. How do we fix this? We can start in Montgomery. We could change the culture. Start here. Okay, I'm like everybody else sometimes. When I see a bunch of black guys coming down the street, I'm going on the other side of the street because I don't know what kind of culture they've invested themselves in. I don't know. And a lot of that's because of dads not being involved in their kids' life. Not the only reason, but it's a major contributor to the situation that we have in our community, not just in Montgomery. But I can only be concerned with Montgomery right now. I'm not concerned with Chicago. Listen, they got a black mayor, black this, black that. They got all this black stuff up there, and they're killing each other with impunity. At some point, we've got to stop blaming white people for the things that we're doing to ourselves. Did they have responsibility? Yeah. Not lately, though. You know, yeah, sure. With Mr. Stratford in his hotel in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the sad part of that was they called the Oklahoma National Guard. And the Oklahoma National Guard, you think they would come to help. They didn't. They came to help destroy. The same government that we were paying taxes to then that we're paying taxes to now sent in people and to destroy what was left. Democrats took God out of their platform. To them, government is their God. Listen, I don't necessarily disagree with you, Greg. But anyway, and it's something to think about. Go through your whole day and think about it. Think about it today. And, we have to get back to doing those things that are excellent, whether it's in behavior, in building, whatever it is that we build, education, whatever it is, we have to try to be better than what we are. Not all of us, of course. There are a lot of black folks right here having a great time, doing a good time. But I will say, and these mamas got to stop treating their boys like girls. They're not girls. They're warriors. They're warriors in society and in their own instinct. They're warriors. Men are warriors. Our job is to fight. Bring home the chicken, cook it, let mama cook it. But our job is to get out there and get the meal. Get out there and get the meal. Anyway, I'll leave you with that. It's just that it just kind of, I looked at this the other day, a couple of days ago, and I asked myself, how did we go from excellence to debauchery? Not all of us, of course. No statement is ever inclusive of everybody. But unfortunately, it is the bad guys, like this guy who killed a 6-year-old child the other day in bed. Then the other night, somebody else got killed. Today, somebody else. One day, my turn's probably coming. it makes you want to cry. It makes you want to cry to think that what my mother, my grandmother went through, and what the people here in Montgomery, Alabama went through, the hell they caught. It just makes you want to cry sometimes. I don't understand why, but it is what it is. We got to do better. And we got to start holding each other accountable. Okay? And it ain't the village that raises your kids. It's you. I heard that stuff about this village crap. Village ain't never raised anybody's kids. It's about us as parents. As parents. Because those parents, those kids grow up to be this 18-year-old who's been charged with 3 counts of murder. That's what happens to them when they grow up. Yeah. But anyway, so much for that. I gotta go. I just want you to share that with you, because if we can figure this out, I think we can figure anything out. If we can figure this out, I think we can figure anything out. We can. I believe we can. Okay. And like what that Obama said, yes, we can. Yes, we can. But we got to get serious about it. And as a member of the city council, one of the things I'd want to do is figure out how to change that culture. And if that means the government investing a little bit more money, since we don't have 400 police officers, why not? Why not put a little bit more money in the community centers and make them a place of sanctuary for our kids? Computers, tutoring, all the things that we need to do to make us excellent. We need to change that culture. The question on the table is, how do we do it? How do we do it? We need to figure that out. Okay. Anyway, yeah, still good. Or dropout. I don't know what he was. I don't know if he's a dropout at school or whatever he is. I just know it's sad for us. It's sad for his family. Sad for him. It's a terrible thing. Okay. But anyway, gotta go. Let me give you the lesson of life today. Humans are the only species on God's green earth that can change their life by changing their attitude about life. Be the change that you desire. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. The good Lord says the same. Bye.
With your warm embrace, through valleys deep and mountains high, your faith a beacon in the sky. Every trial with lessons wrapped tight in